"But you told me never to come back here," I said as Oberlin frog-marched me to the intake desk located on the ground floor of the academy.
"To the school portion? I always knew I'd be seeing you in the law enforcement portion of this building one day. If you'd ever made it into the Academy's yearbook, I'd have put you down as most likely to be arrested for a future offense."
"And that offense would be what, exactly?" I asked. Oberlin, by now, had grabbed some paperwork and started filling it out as the desk clerk gave me a sympathetic smile, which I have to say was surprising, given that most people in Magicland lately greeted me with glares and glowers, and that was before I'd committed any arrestable offenses. Not that I'd committed any in this instance, mind you. After Oberlin had kicked me out of the academy, I'd been attempting to become a private detective. Things had started out well when Mayor Matilda Marhart had hired me to solve the case of the missing Boncoeur jewel. I'd also been on the hunt for several other missing objects, one of which was a massive and very problematic book, but several of which were small gems with personal meanings to their owners. After much brain-wrangling, historical education, and crown jewel viewing, I'd taken the wild guess that these smaller trinkets I'd already found, or had been sent, as was the case with the tiara that one of Morelli's contacts had swiped from a local museum, might somehow join together to create the larger, heart-shaped jewel the mayor was so desperate to get her hands on. Which sounds pretty darn clever, right? The only trouble? There's a potential vampire uprising in the works. Mayor Matilda Marhart is a vampire, and this jewel, once assembled, could be used to defeat the vampire's worst enemy, which everyone assumes is us magics, because the discrimination laws we enacted against vampires turned out to do nothing but increase discrimination against them. Anyway, in my attempt to warn my arch-enemy, Inspector Walrusface Oberlin, about what the jewel could do, I wasn't terribly clear, and he read the email I'd sent him as me plotting against Magicland. So, mere minutes after Alistair and I had made up, after what felt like weeks of us not speaking, I ended up being hauled off to take up residence in one of the Academy's finest jail cells.
"That offense would be,"
Oberlin sniped as a pen began jotting his exact words onto an intake form,
"the possession of objects which could be used to stage a coup against a magical community. Tenpenny, what's the statute number?"
ROS 643.37. The tenpenny in this case would be Toby Tenpenny, my cousin, to some degree or other, who was attending the academy as a student and who had been assisting Oberlin on quite a few cases lately. As he cited that statute number, Toby looked rather nauseous.